gonna start this episode off fun. So I got a little something that we're gonna try here today. Okay.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Don't mind me. I'm drinking just my non-biased gallon of water.
So we got our normal drink for the episodes. Okay. Waiter, another one of these, please.
Oh,
But I got something I want to try.
Say do it. The Oreo Coca-Cola.
We're gonna try it here today. All right, here we go.
Your face says it all.
Oh, it tastes like I'm drinking a fucking Oreo. Like it legit tastes like you're drinking straight like you know how when you eat Oreos, like you dip them in milk, the milk kind of tastes like Oreos.
But yeah, it's like the Oreo like.
That's
essence.
not how this tastes. This literally tastes like Oreos. Like drinking straight Oreos. I don't like it. That is disgusting.
I thought that was the Oreo. I thought you just downed another hatch of it after you say I don't like it.
yeah, I don't like it.
Damn.
It's just so disgusting. Ugh. Why?
Was it worth what, like the $2.79 probably was?
Oh, it 100% was worth it. But ugh.
You know what I should have done, because this came around the same time we started doing this. I should have tried the Oreo Sour Patch Kids when they were out. Because I even thought to myself, if I want to eat this, I got to either record this and put it up on a solo channel, or I'll do it in the on the deep drive. And I just never got around, and I totally forgot about getting them.
So there's something else I want to try from here. There's Coca-Cola flavored Oreos.
I remember seeing something like that.
I'm intrigued about that one. All right. Well,
could be something interesting for sure.
After that, well, welcome everyone to the Deep Drive. My name is Zack. This is Austin.
I'm Austin.
Who the hell else would you be?
Zack?
I literally said I'm Zack.
We could be lying for, 11 episodes? You never know.
Uh-huh. I'm Zack. That's Austin.
Hello. I'm not allowed to say
And,
my name.
we don't know about sports, so...
We do know about one thing for our boy Johnny. Oh, ooh, we getting the muscles today. Ooh, damn. Ooh.
All right, I just had to do that, Johnny. You know we love you. So, how bad were we last week on our picks, Austin?
We could have done better. I'll go with that. We could have done a lot better from whatever. But while I'll look into it real quick. You want to talk about anything sports talk related while we're waiting before we go over it? Maybe just get it out of the way, or do you want to wait till we get to it?
They benched the midget. Yes.
You're happy about that? What?
The man. Okay. Bryce Young finally got benched, and it's like I'm relieved because I think that we might have a chance to salvage this season if he can just get his mental in check. Now, if Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket, comes out there and just slings it and is playing incredible, well, then I'll consider Bryce Young to be a bust. At that point, I will start to consider it.
I still think it's very early on. Granted, I know the first year wasn't great for him, but at the same time, it's not like he's gotten much help from the offensive side for like weapons and everything and all that other kind of stuff from year one and now. So he's still kind of in the rough spot. The O line is still basically letting him fall on his ass a lot. There's not much for him to do. Granted, I know I'm not saying he needs all this help to succeed, but still, I I do think him not starting, while at first it might seem it was more of like a negative thing towards him, I think this is more of a just get your mind off and just recoup and refocus on everything right now because you're definitely his mind's going elsewhere right now. So hopefully this helps out Bryce even more, and if all else goes well for you and the Panthers, he starts performing like an MVP like after 3-4 weeks, kind of like chilling. Unless Andy Dalton
I
really
mean,
shits the bed this week, and then he's like, "Okay, no, we need Bryce Young back."
no, I just think he needs to sit for a little bit, get his head straight, you know. But I'm in the conversation where I've said no tanking. If we're going to tank, we don't need a tank for a quarterback. I don't want a quarterback this year because there's not one that's worthy of taking number one overall. There's a quarterback that's worthy of taking in the first round, but there's not one worthy of taking number one overall. If we get the number one overall pick again, I think we need to trade out of it. Unless we know who we're going to pick, we need to trade out of it, get more draft capital, finesse somebody into trading up for the number one overall pick, and
Say the Giants might be desperate depending on how they finish.
give us Malik Nick.
I was gonna say you guys would probably just get like, I'm gonna say probably just a draft pool pick because
Yeah,
not even
but
the Giants have, unless they trade you back Brian Burns. That was kind of funny.
I'd take it at that point. But no, I'd rather wait till next year because next year you have not only Arch Manning, you have my prince, my savior, my amazingness, the guy I would follow in a battle, Nico Ilamayava from Tennessee. And if Carolina can get Nico, I'm sorry to all my friends. I'm never shutting up about it. The fact that my favorite college player went to my favorite NFL team.
Yeah.
And if we get James Pierce with it too, this year if we get James Pierce from Tennessee, and then next year get Nico.
Yeah. You'd definitely be
Or
saying.
fuck it, even give me Arch Manning. I wouldn't be mad about that.
I was gonna say, even if the last name holds up well for him, the dude hopefully would still have a good, solid career out for him for sure. But yeah, to quickly recap this week's games.
Hold on. One more time. I think I'm gonna say this for everyone and say it for all. The Chiefs. Okay, go ahead.
Quickly recap. I'll go over the games quickly. Anything interesting in the game, and then if we were right or wrong. Bills and Dolphins was the first game up. Surprisingly, we got that one right. Granted, I did say I think Josh Allen will just outperform. Granted, he did perform by just handing the ball to James Cook. So yeah, I
Cost me
guess
$1,000 because of that shit.
James Cook is not the one that let you down. It was Miami.
The rest of the damn everybody.
It was the Dolphins that let you down.
The rest of the damn everybody let me down. That's what happened.
Hey,
Everybody else let me down.
it happens. It's the art of sports betting, I guess. Can't always win them all. Beside Tua, and sadly another concussion for the dude. I'll ask you because I know that it's kind of been talks about it, and I think he already came out and said he's not going to. What was your thoughts on the whole like thing of like? Do you think this would be if he should like retire after his fourth concussion and what was it?
He needs to retire.
4 or 5 seasons.
I think you need to look at his overall long-term health, and he just needs to retire. I think it's over for him.
I
think
yeah. I was gonna say kind of adding on to where he's getting into a very similar situation to what I believe like Andrew Luck had to experience, to where like the injuries caught up to him, especially leading up to either during the years of his prime or even a few years afterwards, to where he realistically could keep going and he'd have good success, but Andrew Luck took value, um, the time with his that he has with like the life family. How much do you think he'll be willing to take on a physical and mental level with these injuries and concussions and all that stuff? So I think it's definitely something you have to weigh. But then again, at the same time, this is somebody's life and career. So I understand both ways if he wants to continue playing or if he wants to retire. It's just always something you got to think about, especially if this is your fourth concussion in the league. I mean, granted, it wasn't as bad, I believe, as the last one where he had to physically be helped off the field. But no, it's still a scary thing. But it's scary for everybody, and it's always an interesting thing. But yeah, I kind of am on the boat of where, granted, it sucks, but at the same time, you're at least not ending your career because of your ability to play. It's just the injuries have caught up to you so much to where it's either that or life, unfortunately.
Yep. All right, next game.
Next game was the 49ers and the Vikings. We unfortunately both had the Niners winning this one, unfortunately. That's because Sam Darnold is making his case for MVP this year, apparently.
Why is it that Carolina quarterbacks are going old Carolina Panthers quarterbacks are going off and playing like MVPs this year? I don't want to have to add money to the swear jar, else I would have said the F word right
I
there.
was gonna say you already have Sam Darnold, you got Baker Mayfield, and all these guys popping up, and I know he didn't play for the Panthers, but we'll talk about another guy who's playing on an MVP level, which I couldn't care less about the team, unfortunately. But I was cheering for the team 100%, even though I had the other team winning. I was cheering for them because I hate the Cowboys. I hate the goddamn Cowboys.
Okay, Derek Carr, yes, is playing at an MVP level, but I don't think that that's gonna stay the same.
It's not, but I think it's funny if it keeps going. I really do. I really do. Next up we had Seahawks and Patriots. We did have the Patriots, and unironically, we were pretty close to them winning. They lost it to a field goal overtime, but Patriots put up a good fight, especially towards like the end. I think it was actually pretty close back to back scoring if I remember. Like it wasn't somebody had a huge lead for like the entire thing. I mean, I think Seattle had a bigger lead heading into halftime, but then even so, it was kind of like neck and neck around like the fourth quarter and then overtime. So always good there. But yeah, unfortunately, we both had the Patriots for the funny answer, which works, but not in our case situation. Next we had Giants and Commanders. I believe we both had Commanders, so easy one for that. Nothing really much crazy about that game, I would say, unless you remember anything crazy about that game.
No, I mean it's Giants Commanders. Who the hell is gonna remember that game?
The Commanders, because they won.
They scored only field goals.
A win's a win, dude.
Uh huh.
Which unfortunately is something the Panthers cannot say, as they lost to the Chargers 26-3 last week or last Sunday.
Really?
That was literally the next game. I just had to do a transition. If you want, I can skip down to Sunday night and we can talk about my team losing as well.
Oh. No, Carolina loses again. We already talked about it. Bryce Young finally got benched. Let him clear his head. I still don't expect this team to do good for the rest of the year, but you know.
I think it's just one of those things that I can't experience it firsthand because I'm not a Panthers fan. I don't know how big of like the struggle is. I'm can only assume it's dramatically and just painful from just the high hopes like heading into last year, having this quarterback's gonna help you guys not probably not have the hopes of, let's say, run away and be too successful, but at least show signs of like life and like something to be excited for. And I can't lie, Panthers fans have been through hell last year and this year already.
We haven't scored a goddamn touchdown this year.
Yeah. I feel the pain and everything like that. So I'm hoping, I'm actually just rooting for you guys to win a game anytime soon, please. You guys at least deserve something to cheer for at least a week or two. Just like how I was cheering all day and all night Sunday when the Saints demolished the Cowboys 44-19. I will gladly take an L. Me and Zach will both gladly take an L on the predictions for the Cowboys losing by nearly 30 points.
Thank God.
How
I
about
stand for everyone when I say we hate the cowgirls.
how about how about them Cowboys?
How about them
How
cowgirls?
about them Cowboys?
They lost.
Derek Carr just playing like an MVP level. We'll see if it continues. I think for shits and giggles, I think it'd be pretty funny if he continued it. I don't know why. The next game, I thought this could be a more offensive game than what it ended up being. Which is the Colts and Packers. Packers ended up winning 16-10. I guess I was expecting to see more a bit like fireworks and like big plays from both teams, both offensively and defensively. And for what I remember, I think there was like a couple picks here and there, but like nothing crazy for what I can remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously surprising rough day for the Colts and Richardson, but who knows? They'll have a bounce back week. You know, this coming up week. Who are they facing again? Oh yeah, that's right. And then next up game right here, we had the Browns and Jags. This was our first game where we both had different teams we thought would win. You had the Jags winning, and I had the Browns winning, and the Browns did end up winning barely, 18-13. I'm not gonna lie.
You have
I say I have the one. I have the one over for this week. I think the record will be right here to try to remember off the top of my head. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking back and forth between this game and the Bucks game, just because I was just browsing back and forth. The final few like plays and drives in the fourth quarter were like rough for both teams.
oh,
Like it was just like some like, if I remember, it was like not so good like clean like football, unfortunately, from both sides. Browns definitely like like kind of sneaked away with it, but it's because both sides were like playing kind of rough towards the end. But like I was saying, I think Trevor Lawrence, I think losing this last week now is going to spark something in him to be like, all right, I need to put up or shut up. I just got paid this much money by my team in the off season. I got to step up and now deliver for this team if they're building all these assets to help me in out, and we got to improve this team and do something, because whether we like it or not, our division's getting tougher and tougher by the second.
yep.
So they got to act now, and hopefully he'll be able to do something this coming week and all that kind of stuff. Next, we also had last week. Yeah, I can't even speak. Then we also had the Jets taking on the Titans. I had Jets. You had Titans. Uh, Jets come away with the win, 24-17. So, yippee. Um, I'll be honest. I don't know anything about this game. I didn't watch much about this game. All I know is the score. That's all I know. That's all I know. I'll tell you what I do know though. I did get to watch the Buccaneers and Lions game. Yeah, hey, we both had Lions, but at the same time, this is what I get for doubting Baker after I was praising him in the week one. So that's kind of on me. I understand that. Yeah, good game. Any thoughts on this game, Zach?
No. Lions need to figure it out.
I say it's only one loss. No team's gonna be undefeated this year. I highly doubt it. So
No.
is what it is. Buccaneers. I think Buccaneers just really capitalized early on the Lions just because they had the pick immediately to start the game, and it wasn't touchdowns, but they were able to put points on the board. And once the Lions got hot, the Buccaneers kind of like held them, because I want to say after, I think they were up either by 13 or 16 at halftime, and then Buccaneers, I want to say, just held them. Never mind. No, they both scored a lot after halftime. I'm crazy, but yeah, Buccaneers surprised away with the win. Baker Mayfield still showing that he has some.
Looks
Yeah, I
amazing.
would say it wasn't a great game compared to last week. I mean, with his what was it? Only 185 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. He did have the rushing as well, but
Yeah.
he was the oh my gosh, he was the leading rusher for his team. That's funny. Yeah, good game for Godwin for sure. Good for him. Same thing with St. Brown, like near 100+ yards if I remember. Fortunately, he couldn't get the. I don't remember he got the touchdown. I don't think he did. I think it was David Montgomery again. Even so, it was a good. It was a good game for both sides of the ball, and the Buccaneers just. I would honestly say kind of like sneaked away with it, but I think they just played a bit better towards the end of the game. Help retain that lead. And this is what and now we're gonna get to what I think was the upset of the week. In my opinion, because I think this is more of an upset than what Monday Night Football was. It was the Raiders beating the Ravens 26.
That was insane.
I
Hearing like I got to work that day and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna turn the Chiefs Bengals game on. I just want to know what happens in that Raiders game, and all I see is Raiders stun the Ravens at home, and I'm like, huh?
I just remember checking back through like the just like showing like the scores and everything. It was like very close, and then around after halftime, Ravens were up by like 10, 12 points. So I could say, oh, okay, cool, Ravens are starting to pick it up and everything. I checked again when there was like a 3-4 minutes left, and the Raiders already tied it. I'm like, and I would said, okay, but there ain't gonna be like no way the Ravens lose to the Raiders here. Like they're gonna either Justin Tucker is gonna be a lead and kick a 60-yarder, or Lamar is gonna run down the field. No, the Ravens just said, okay, we'll take the win. Insane. That I was gonna say that whole division with the Ravens, Bengals, Browns, and the Steelers. If you were to tell me week 2 that Steelers would be at the top and both the Bengals and the Ravens would be 0-2, I would have said you're
I
crazy.
tell you, you're insane.
Yeah, I'd say you're crazy, man. But hell, football's crazy for a reason. Next
That
up,
it is.
yeah, it is for sure. And I think I think after that game, we are now into the mid games on Sunday. With Rams and Cardinals. Cardinals beating the Rams by a big margin of 41-10.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I will say, I would like to fully 100% take credit and responsibility for Marvin Harrison Jr.'s breakout performance last week. I said it from the get go that he was going to have a big breakout year. Granted, I said he only had one, and he said, you know what, fair, and he stuck it up me and said, I want two. And not only did he get two, but he also got himself 130 yards and only 4 receptions. Only 4 receptions, but still, man, that's insane.
On 4 receptions is
That's what I'm
insane.
saying. Only 4 receptions, 130 yards, and 2 passing touchdowns. That's insane. The fact that if Kyle Murray could just give the ball to him consistently, Cardinals are going to be low key scary. I mean, granted, Cardinals still have a lot of good other weapons on there for sure, but come on, man, come on.
Give the ball to Marv and just call it a day.
There,
Maserati Marv, give it to him.
there's a reason I've always liked Marvin Harrison Jr. Sucks Bears couldn't get him because I knew we wouldn't be able to get him unless we traded way up or if we kept Fields. But discussion for another day. Now we get into I think the interesting game of the week with a lot of fans, including you. I would say Zach that had some neat words to say. We'll say with the Bengals and Chiefs, a very close game. Chiefs only beating the Bengals by 1 point, 26-25.
If only I wish you had the ability to use like a censor, because there's so many words that I want to say right now about the fucking Chiefs, about the fucking Ravens, about fucking all of them. Not the Raiders.
I think you
About
said
the fucking Chiefs, about the fucking Bengals, about all of them. Because Okay.
I kind of wish I got that on the mic. I'm not gonna lie, that'd been pretty funny.
No. No. You saw what I texted you after that game.
Yeah,
And
it was nice.
I wish I could say that on camera. I might. And you could just bleep it out.
Man, giving me a lot of work to do, man.
Okay. Well, the Bengals gave me a lot of therapy that I need. So, okay, when both your favorite teams suck absolute monkey dick, then it's kind of hard when you're sitting here excited for the NFL season and then, oh, Carolina, oh, we got a midget. We're going to shit the bed in that part. Cincinnati, how about we lose to the Patriots, who were 3-14 last year? They drafted the next white Tom Brady. Oh, and let's lose to them and not even score. Down. Then we walk into Kansas City. Okay, you know, nobody has expectations for us. And oh, guess who shows up to the game to, ruin our goddamn chances? Ah, here it is. And, we go into Cincinnati. We go into Kansas City, and I'm like, yes, high hopes. We always play good against Cincinnati, and we did. They played good against fucking Kansas City. And then, oh, you know who Patrick Mahomes' boyfriends take over, and here we go. Oh, Jamar. Jamar gets thrown down, tackled to the ground right in front of the ref, and the guy literally tackles him to the ground, pulls his face mask up. Jamar's sitting there like, give me the goddamn face mask penalty, and the ref calls a penalty on Jamar. Okay. The ref, and then, that would have been a first down. Okay. That gets called back, so now it's 3rd and 15. We don't get it off, punt the ball away, give it to Kansas City. Kansas City runs down the field and scores. Oh, we get the ball back. We run down the field and score. And then, the ending of the game, it was pass interference. It was.
It was.
Let the mother. I almost said something else. Let the mother play. No. The NFL saw that Taylor Swift was sitting in the damn stands and said, oh, we can't let them lose again.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Right, I'm going to say this.
Okay, you're
Chiefs, refs, Taylor Swift and her ass.
Oh, this would be fun to edit, man. I can't wait. I'll say it. There was some stuff in there. That is what it is, though. I will say this because I did text you about this in the heat of the moment. While yes, I do agree that it is pass interference. Whether I think it was a total accident because I think he's just trying to play for the ball, and that is what it is. What I told you, and I will end it on this. I do not think that call would have been made if it wasn't the Chiefs playing. I think if it was any other team in that situation, it would have not been a flag. It would have been just an incomplete pass. That I do agree with because I do think the refs and the NFL do show favoritism towards penalties and.
I don't care what anybody says. I'm not saying that that it's rigged. I'm not saying that the NFL is completely scripted like WWE. But I am saying this. The refs will show favoritism to certain teams. There was calls in the game that went for the Bengals, and there was calls that went for the Chiefs. But there was more significant calls in that game that did not go for the Bengals that should have in any other game that they would have played. That face mask on Jamar Chase would have been called, and it would have been a first down, and that Cincinnati could have scored. That would have put them in field goal range no matter what on that play to let them score. Now they get knocked out of field goal range. Then they don't get the first down, so now they have to punt the ball away. Okay, and now that gives Kansas City a chance to win. Any other team that call gets called. I do not care what anybody says. The NFL will show favoritism to the Chiefs because they are their moneymakers. They have the little 2x4 up in the stands that claps around when Travis Kelce gets a score. and that's why they win. Is because of the little 2x4 sitting in the stands.
I will end it also on this regarding to because I do think some refs do show favoritism to a lot of teams, and Chiefs is one of them. If you guys ever get a chance and you guys are hesitant on the idea of ref showing favoritism, if you're able to rewatch highlights from last year's Super Bowl, I want you guys to look at two things every time the Chiefs are on offense. Look at the Chiefs O line and look at Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa was held like 7 times in what would be holding offensive calls. One of them was Bosa pretty much getting jerseyed and uppercutted with a fist. No call. I mean, granted, he's not going to bitch and, ask for a call, but still. Even in
The only
big
reason
games.
the only reason Jamar did it was because the call was right in front of the ref. If I'm standing right here and I get pulled down by my thing and the ref is standing right here looking at me like this and my face mask gets pulled and you don't call that, then I'm going to get pissed because it should have been called. Next topic.
We had the team of two great offenses.
Hey, Russell Wilson won the Cuck Bowl.
Great. It wasn't even Russell Wilson. It was Justin Fields again.
Yet Russell Wilson got a game ball, though.
He got a game ball because it was Broncos country, baby. Let's ride.
Broncos country, everyone hide.
Was there? I'm genuinely curious. Was there a passing touchdown or any touchdown in this game again, or was it all? It was all field goals again. Oh no! It was a pick. There was a pick. There was one receiving touchdown, and there was a pick 6. Oh, that's so cool. Let's go. Great game. I have nothing much to say about that game, rather than just great game. I guess. Good job, Justin Fields. I'm glad you're doing good outside of Chicago. I'm glad. As me being still a supporter of him, I'm glad you're doing good. You're at least 2-0. Wish I could have said that about you on the Bears. Speak of the devil.
Right, I had my fun.
Yeah. While I will get it out of the way, yes, I had the Texans over the Bears, so I do get the point, unfortunately. But I will address the elephant in the room. Caleb Williams, did he look good? He didn't look great. I'm not going to argue that at all, for sure. But at the end of the day, and this, I'm kind of aiming towards Bears fans who are already kind of like bitching and complaining about how he's already, not really saying he's bust, but it's like, oh, you guys said he would be different than Justin Fields. Two things first. One, Justin Fields was doing the exact same thing Caleb Williams was doing in this past game. He was running around because his O-line was letting defenders in. Like, he was basically the O-line was basically letting the defenders into Caleb Williams like they were showing the defenders their table to their restaurant. They're guiding them to their quarterback. And it doesn't help when Williams gets sacked like 7-8 times in the game. That's not going to help. That doesn't dismiss the fact that he did not do great of the passing game either with his 2 interceptions. Again, we all have those games. But I don't think it's anything to get crazy about. We knew ahead that Texans would be one of the tougher opponents we would face early on in this schedule, so I'm not too worried about it. I think we'll be able to bounce back fine, everything like that. But what does kind of bug me a bit up this game, and it's nothing too crazy about, our defense played well. They played well enough for us to realistically come back into this game, and we just couldn't. The fact that we held this Texas offense to only 19 points throughout the entire game. It's rough that the offense couldn't find pretty much one good drive in it. And that could have been the difference maker, unfortunately. But I don't think it's anything to get crazy over. Caleb Williams is still adjusting to the NFL. It's a lot different than the college level. So I'm not expecting him to come out and perform immediately. It's going to take time. He's got to get his toes dipped into the water here. He's got to see what everything's like over here going up against more professional defensive players rather than college players, no offense. But overall, rough game for the offensively, defensively still showing why it's a great side of our team right now, which I'm all for. But yeah. Thinking about the bright side and the positive rather than dwelling on the negative, even though this was realistically or could have been a winnable game, but it is what it is.
Falcons beat the Eagles 22-21. All right, next week.
Let's go
Um,
primetime Kirk.
all right, Patriots Jets.
Patriots Jets, baby. I will say this is probably one of the more boring Thursday night matchups we'll probably get this year. I'll say.
Yeah, I don't think this is a fun Thursday night
Um,
match.
Nothing crazy. I really don't have a reason for why they're gonna win. I just have the Jets winning.
Yeah, that's really about it.
Like it's
Giants Browns.
Giants Browns. I'm gonna do something bold again. Call me stupid. I think the Giants will probably sneak away with this one. I don't trust the Browns offense after these first 2 weeks. The Browns, like I was talking about the Jags game, pretty much sneaked their way into this win. I think the Giants finally. I'm not saying they're gonna look dominant. I just think they sneak their way out of this one.
I agree with that. I think the Giants take this one.
Yeah,
All right,
very simple.
best team in the NFL versus the Eagles.
Best team in the NFL? Give me the Saints, baby. 3-0 Magic, baby.
Yeah, I think that I think that the Eagles are gonna fall off the bus this year, and they're showing it.
Here, the reason, and this is the main reason I'm going for the Saints, not for just a funny Derek Carr MVP bit. The Saints not only beat the Cowboys, they beat them in confident and dominant fashion.
In their home.
In their home. On paper, if I'm looking at the team and everything, beside maybe like the running game, I think the Cowboys are a more dangerous team as a whole. I'm not talking about January or February football. I'm talking about just standard football right now. I think the Cowboys are a more dangerous and more consistent team when it comes to how well they perform. If the Saints can walk into Dallas and score 30 more and their defense holds them to less than 20, I think realistically, if the Saints do anything like that again, I think they could easily and convincingly come out of with a W against the Eagles.
I'll say this for Saquon Barkley: you can take the man out of New York, but you can't take New York out of the man.
Damn.
All right, I got the Saints too. Texans Vikings.
Texans
Give me
Vikings.
the Vikings.
I was literally about to say I'm unironically just rooting for the quarterbacks that left Carolina are just performing. I got the Vikings as well. Unfortunately, even though I don't want the Vikings to be 3-0 in the division, I just think the Vikings for whatever reason are on a good like little stretch right now. I think with everyone doubting Sam Darnold, he's still going to throw the ball well. He's going to throw another one 97 yards in the air again. He'll find Justin Jefferson for 3 more touchdowns. You know everything. They'll unironically win the division. I'll be like, cool. Saw that coming.
All right, Broncos Buccaneers.
I want to say.
All right,
I want to say Broncos so badly.
I think this is going to be another rendition of the Bucks Commanders game. Give me the Bucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to say Broncos so bad, but I'm tired of doubting Mr. Baker. I gotta keep going with Baker Mayfield, especially since I'm not gonna lie, I'm still on the Bo Nix hype train. He just has to prove it. He just has to prove it right now. And I think going into Tampa is a great way to prove it. At the end of the day, though, I still think that Bucs defense is going to scare him, and I still think Baker Mayfield is going to find his boys, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and hell, he'll rush in for another touchdown. Why don't we? Baker Mayfield playing like he was meant to play, which I'm all for. But yeah, I'm all for Buccaneers this week for sure.
Okay, Pack Attack versus the Titans. I think the Titans get a win this week.
I hate that I'm saying this, but I'm rooting for Green. I think Green Bay is walking out of this one again. Like I said, this is kind of like another thing with the Bears and Texans last week, where if the Packers win, I hate it as a Bears fan, but cool, I get a point, yada, whatever. But if the Titans win, sure, I lose a point match, and the Packers lose. So like, it's one of those things where I can't really win or lose here. But I just think the Packers defense, as scary as it still is, I still think it gives Will Levis a hard time. Plus, I still think Green Bay's offense still has some fight in them, even without Jordan Love.
Okay.
I feel like I'm shitting on the Titans. I've never said the Titans would do anything this week. Damn, I feel bad for shitting on Titans fans.
All right, Bears Colts.
I'll let you go first because I'm totally not going to be biased here.
I mean, I think the Colts go out and do it. Colts go out and get a win here. I think. Yeah, I think Colts go out and get a win here.
I
Anthony Richardson.
I say Bears simply because of our defense. I think if Green Bay's defense is able to not fully shut down, but at least keep Richardson quiet, I think the Bears can 100% do the same thing. Now, this wouldn't have to come to our offense, though, because our defense can only do so much. I do think the Bears sneak one out, and I'm hoping it's like a good offensive drive either early on in the game or towards the end. But I do think the Bears come out with this one. And it will be mainly because of the defense.
Chargers, Steelers.
Give me the Chargers.
I'm gonna say Chargers.
I would say give me the Chargers. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's me and their schedule was just kind of easy at the beginning. Chargers are kind of like the team where I'm just like, yeah, but they're kind of like a new team, but not really. They're like a new team that is just like playing well, I guess. So I guess I'll go with Chargers.
All right. Nope, not that. Dolphins, Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'll take Seahawks too. I have nothing else to say about that. Just give me the Seahawks.
Panthers, Raiders.
Do you want to go first on this one, or do you want me to go first?
Just give me the Raiders. Just give me the Raiders.
I know. Carolina, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm sorry, Carolina.
They just beat the Ravens.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't not go for the Raiders. They just beat the Ravens. I'm just saying though, if Carolina does beat the Raiders, then on paper and football realistically, the Panthers are a better team than the Ravens.
Yep.
And I think that'd be so funny if that came true. But I have the Raiders winning.
Niners, Rammies.
This could be a good game. This could be a really good game, I think. But I do have the Niners simply because the Rams are in a bad spot with both Cooper Kupp and Puka being on the injured list right now. And those are two dangerous and good weapons for Matthew Stafford. I'm not saying Matthew Stafford can't win this game on his own. I think he could 100%. But I think the Niners are going to be able to, especially that defense, will be able to adapt to those two big key contributors out of their offensive schemes and playbook. I think the Niners defense will be able to play a lot better on paper. Again, I say on paper. They should be able to play a lot better, and I think the offense will continue to show why it's a good offense even without CMC because you still have a lot of good weapons. So yeah, give me the Niners.
Lions, Cardinals.
You're also going. Sorry to clarify. You're also going for Niners, right? Or
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Got it. Lions and Cardinals. I think this could be. I think this has the potential of being like the game of the week for like competitiveness.
I have the card. I mean, I have the Lions.
I was gonna say, really, you have the Cardinals.
No.
Am I really cheering for everybody in our division to get a win this week? That's mad of me.
Of course I am.
It's like that's mad of me. I'm an evil Bears fan. I'm not even a true Bears fan. I'm rooting for everybody to win this week. That sucks.
That's it. You drink the Oreo Coke.
Shit, you give it to me. I'll drink one next episode.
Maybe I will. All right. This should be a fun one. Ravens, Cowgirls. All right. Anybody but the Cowgirls. Ravens.
As much as I want to diss the I'm really trying to think right now which team is more in a bad spot right now because both are in rough spots right now. It's still early, so they'll be able to bounce back. I do kind of. I might have to flip a coin on this one because this one I can see going either ways because Because I think one of these teams is not showing up this week. I think one team is going to shit the bed. I don't think this is going to be a close game. I know it's like two teams that are supposed to be tough and competitive. I don't think this will be a close game. I think one team is just not going to show. Give me the Ravens. Give me the Ravens. I think Lamar is going to take vengeance and like rush for 100 yards on the Cowboys.
I could see that happening.
I'll take the Ravens. I was hesitant at first, but I'm looking back at it and I'm like, nah, the Ravens are out for blood being 0-2. The Cowboys could suck a dick.
Yes, sir. Dick sucking. We like the Cowboys dick sucking.
No, it's the opposite of that, actually. We do not duck sick. We do not, you don't duck sit.
Duck sick!
Jeez, my God. We do not duck sit the Cowboys. Oh my God. We're gonna move on. The Cowboys.
No. Hold on. It wasn't even like you said, we do not sick duck the Cowboys. No, you straight up just fucking words.
I just tried, I flipped both words. I didn't say dick or suck. I said duck and sit. Oh God.
God. Moving on.
Please move on. Please move on.
Oh my God. All right. Chiefs Ravens.
Chiefs
No.
Falcons. It's all good. Chiefs Ravens was 2 weeks ago. It's all good.
Chiefs Falcons.
Chiefs Falcons.
They're both birds. I mean,
Chiefs?
no, the Ravens and the Falcons. They're both birds.
I get it. You think Primetime Kirk has another big win against another one in him? Damn. They're in Atlanta though. Taylor Swift won't be there. Call me crazy. I'm smelling an upset. I'm smelling an upset. I have the Chiefs winning.
You know what? Give me the Ravens.
You want the Falcons, right? Okay, cool. You got the Falcons. Between him not knowing how to identify birds and me wanting to duck sit somebody, it's a great episode, guys. I'm so glad you.
Between me not knowing how to identify a bird and you not wanting to
me not wanting to
making
duck,
a duck sick.
I don't want to duck sit anybody. I'll babysit, but I won't duck sit.
All right.
Jags and the Bills. Bills. I have nothing creative.
Bills. Commanders, Bengals.
hopefully Bengals. Like I don't actually know. I actually don't know.
I'm gonna take the Bengals.
Oh, I guess I'll take the Bungles. I'll take those bungles.
The Bears.
The Bears. All right, breakout. Who do you think's breaking out this week, offensive or defensively?
Your mother.
Wow, great pick. Thanks for watching the deep drive. Everybody.
I think it's gonna be who do I think breaks out this week? Jamar Chase.
I'm trying to think of a defensive player right now.
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase, that's a good one. I think Mike Evans has a really good game. I see him getting 100 yards, 2 touchdowns this game, kind of similar to what he did week 1. I see him having that kind of game against the Broncos.
I hope so.
Defensively, last week I should have said Aiden Hutchinson because he destroyed the Bucs O-line. Defensively, I mean, I'll go with a boring pick. I'll go with Chris Jones, I guess. I guess it's like a boring, easy pick, but Chris Jones, yeah, he'll do good, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. I think that'll wrap things up though for today. We'll just do predictions and everything like that. Zach, you want to say anything before we get out of here today?
Taylor Swift.
Alrighty then. If you guys like what you see, do the whole shebang, like, comment, yada yada yada. You guys should check out any of our old episodes if you guys are curious of our initial predictions and why we picked them for the first few weeks of the season. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. We'll catch you guys later. Deuce.
Bye.